Hi, happy me. I didn't write the script for this. I mean, I never write scripts for my videos. I do try to have a vague idea, but I literally just sat down and started recording. So, um, let's hope for the best. Um, I've been wanting to kind of, at least this is a more recent idea. I wanted to do a digital sketchbook tour, like kind of showing, I guess, everything I've drawn that month. I recently started drawing with an iPad. I got this like on my birthday, so like the later half of March, like March 28th. So I did combine stuff I drew in March with this in April. And honestly, we can just literally just start. Um, yeah. So my first drawing, whenever I ever do something ever for the first time, it always has to be D-Look. New medium, new tablet, new software, anything. D-Look. So this is D-Look happening. This is the first drawing I ever drew on the tablet. It was on Ibis Paint because I did start out with Ibis Paint because I was like, do I need Procreate? Like, I'll be fine without it. So then I mean, I end up do getting Procreate, and I don't regret it. But it was still like um fun at first because I did start off drawing on Ibis Paint. So then why is it frozen? Okay, I don't know why this always happens. Um, I started out drawing on Ibis, so it was kind of like, I guess, new medium, but like same program I've known. I'm like familiar with it, and yeah, honestly, I just felt like drawing. Like this, I literally did this on the night after my birthday because I had a sleepover party for my birthday. So like my friends are still over, and it's like the middle of the night, drawing deep look at my party. But yeah, honestly, it was fun. Like I did find a liking to the brushes on Ibis very easily. I like how they blend together, which is kind of hard for me to get on like uh tech. Wow, why did I say TikTok? On Procreate now. Like I do get you have to manually blend, but like I'm tired to do that. I want it to be done on its own. But like that's fine. I really like this drawing. His hair is really, really, really luscious. And then the texture of the chair and of course the boots. Love. And now I'm drawing my OC Lutu. He's from my series Trust Your Instincts, which is basically I always get so scared because I always like people always think it's furries. It's not furries. It's more like cat girl vibes, you know. Like basically the characters of the story, they're genetically like mutated with animals because of meteor that like hit the earth. I hope I sound smart. Like I try not to sound too boring, but I guess I am allowed to yap about my characters. But this is Lotu. He claims and like he describes himself as the god of the new world. Um he has a goal to basically save the world. He has his own little, well, not little, but like his own little cult with like members that are like dedicated to serving him. Um he's really just a person, an insecure person overcompensating with narcissism. But like I mean he does it pretty well. Like look at those eyes. um but yeah, like I don't know. I've been drawing him a lot, like even before I got the iPad. But I was like, wait, what if I drew him in a bathtub? I also did the sketch for this at my birthday party. Oh my gosh. But yeah, he's like a very dark themed character. Like his color palette is more darker colors. It does have a hue of purple because I never just use straight up black colors. I try not to, at least. I make it like a hue of something, and his hue is like more purpley, which I guess you see in his tail. Um, and I kind of went for flowers because his whole like like his name is Lotu, named after lotus flowers, the flowers of rebirth, and his whole thing is like giving like people new life, specifically the creatures in this universe who were found out to be like fallen humans who like overreacted to the radiation. So he's trying to save them. And yeah, he has this whole motif of his life. So I kind of have like flowers going on. Why is he in the bathtub? Because I felt like I had a dream that I should draw him, a vision, if you will, draw in the bathtub, and so I did. And you know what? I made this really cool animatic animation of him blinking. Maybe I'll put it at the end. But TikTok did not like that. TikTok gave me a strike of my head. And I was like, oh wow. Okay. Oops. Wait, hold on. The thing I'm fidgeting with fell. But yeah, like, okay, whatever. So you guys get to see. Hopefully YouTube lets me. Um I learned how to draw water that way one time, and I never want to draw water any other way. I think it's just so stunning. I love it so much, and I think like I spent some like quite a lot of time on this drawing. I don't remember specifically how long, but I'm just looking at his eyes. He's really just staring at you. And then I tried to figure out how to make his skin look reflective, which honestly add layers, overlay layers, they do wonders. I feel like experimenting with them is like look at that. Oh wow. And and I'm so mad because I had this foam situation going, but I felt like it was too obstructive. But I feel like it would have contrasted so nice with his skin, but that did not happen. And do you see how he's looking? Um, but yeah, I've made so much art of this character specifically, like, which is good because for the actual series, which I'm still like trying to map out, he does have his own cult and he has a room full of artworks of himself, as he should. Honestly, I support his rights and wrongs. Really, he's not the villain. Um, but yeah, I added this mood lights in, and like, I'm actually in love. And then this is another character from another series. I have basically three main series going. I have Unfinished Paintings, which is this, Trust Your Instincts, which is more like, I guess, uh, I don't even know what to call it. It's not fantasy. Yo, I'm so sorry. Like, I have some cyber tech in there, but not too much. And then I have like a fantasy series, which is called Graded. I might change the name. It's just about, I mean, I'll talk about it because I do have a character or two that I did draw in this. But let's talk about Unfinished Paintings. This is one of the main characters. She is like a love interest, but she's a main character. So, um, this is Zanaya. She's for Unfinished Paintings. It follows Kijara, who's the main character, and she's basically grieving with her mother's loss and like refining her love for art. Basic summary of it. I have a very like nice idea of it. I wrote the first script for it, so I really need to get around to like actually working on it because I have the visuals in my head. I I know how I want it to look. It's just actually doing it. It's like, yeah. I don't want to like I don't really have a financial means of support, so I feel like I can't work on other stuff too much without worrying about money. But that's fine. Zanaya is, I guess, the purple coded character, more like magenta. Kajara is more blue and she's more magenta. And she's a very, or yeah, sorry. She does use she they pronouns, but she uses the they more so like after a certain arc. So for now, just use she pronouns. It's fine. and she's more. I'm like so nervous to use the word alternative because it's been used very loosely here, like in the grand scheme of life. But she is more of an alternative leaning character. She's very like obviously like critical about how she interacts with the world, but straying away from like her more personality. She is very like critical of herself. She comes over as more like stoic, like sometimes angry, but she's really not. That's just her face, and that's just her like trying to navigate interacting with other people. Like she's very like she talks a certain way, and in her head, she's like, did I say that okay? Like, was that too harsh? Was that too like mean? She feels like she has to present herself in a very high way, like always be like the person that is there for everybody and all that. Specifically, wow, specifically because of how she was raised. So I guess she's forced into that like role, and she's always like trying to be cautious of how she interacts with others. She's really like anxious, but she always like to other people. She always looks like she knows what she's doing. Like, oh, she's so cool, and on the inside, she's dirty. Like, oh my god, why did I say that? So like a fun character. She's really sweet and soft. Um, for her like style, I wanted her to have a more like inspired by Ankara because all the characters are like Nigerian based because I have to represent. So she wears a lot of Ankara patterns on her clothing, a lot of like incorporating like African beads. I forgot what those orange beads are called. Um oh sorry. I just know that I see them a lot in Edo culture. Which she kinda is, like she's Igbo, so which is just like a tribe in Nigeria. Uh, but yeah, very purple vibes. Like I did use other colors, but I still tried to keep her purple. And instead of shading the normal way I shade, what I did is I just used an overlay. I mean, a multiply layer. Guys, use your layer settings. Those do wonders. I don't really know how to like I know how to use them, but I'm like I feel like I'm not good at explaining to other people how to use them. But they are really like wow, life changing. But I feel like I finished this. I just added some ink and like motif for more of her character because she does do more ink and flower work. And yeah, and then here's the graded series I was talking about. This is more of a fantasy, like it's actually fantasy. So like we got centaurs, we have orcs, we have fairies. I don't know why. Those are the only two I remembered. Because there's an orc later in this video. Um but this just follows a group of art students in a magic world getting up to shenanigans. That's literally I've had this like concept of group of like characters since I was like young, and the characters have like evolved and all that, and I just cut down the cast to, I think 9 characters because oh my god, there used to be a lot. um some of those characters have become like extras in the story and all that. I want to do this more of a comic dub like thing on YouTube, so I need to explore that. I just feel like I need to finish the main cast before I do that. But this is Rosemary. She's a center, a sheep center, I guess, if specifically. She's so shy, and so like I know like some of the characters are like archetypes, but my brain is able to work like describe my characters simpler in archetypes because it's easier to just like oh like she's the shy one, she's the this one. But she has been homeschooled for like almost all her life till college when she like really insisted she wanted to go like live on residence and like go to like live away from home because she was well, you don't know now, she was bullied when she was younger, where she had a classmate pull her tail. So, and her parents are really like protective, like she's their only child, so they're also very like protective of her. So they've homeschooled her the whole time. So she's like come into this art school and she's like she wants to like make connections with people, like experience like things she never got to experience. I know that's cliche, but it's still I like it. It's charming. She like sets little goals for herself and she's like, oh my god, today I ordered my own drink. Like I didn't shake this much as when I ordered my drink. Or like I said hi to a classmate. Like I did that and she like I don't know, she like puts little stickers on her, like she has a little chart she puts stickers on to like reward herself. But yeah, she is like I guess trying to be bold. That's her own like personal goal. Just as a person to become bolder than she was the year before. Which again, it's so simple, but I feel like it's sweet and it's charming. um she has interactions with like other classmates. Um Obviously, I know, sorry. Obviously she's going to interact with other classmates. Sorry, I'm really just talking as I go. So if whatever I said doesn't make sense, I'm so sorry. I'm just waiting for the coloring to start. But for her colors, I did compare her to the other characters I have. And for this, and I think even for I'm finished painting, I'm trying to keep them to a certain color palette. I've heard it's good to do in like what they call what I'm doing art in character design. It's good to have like more specific palettes for characters, so I guess they're easier to navigate and they stand out well. So yeah, she has like pinks, like light pinks. She's like a shy character, so I feel like the blues and the pinks are like very good, like fitting. I don't know if I even did the legs well of the center. It was really hard. I will like obviously keep practicing. This is my first time ever drawing a center. So yeah, I really like it. And the way I shaded, I used overlay layers again. I just used the pink with I keep saying overlay layers, sorry for all the layer types, but when I wow. But when I say overlay layers, I mean like the layer types. But I used the multiply, I'm pretty sure, because I don't know, I was just confused on how I was going to shade it all in one layer. So I just kind of did that, and I actually like her a lot. Okay, cut and next. So I don't know if anyone else has seen like people be like, "Oh my gosh, I want to carry their characters in Oran Host Club because Tamaki and Jinchi are the same guy." And I feel like they're right. I'm so sorry. Also, every time I hear Zinchi, I can't unhear Gojo. You guys, I I love Gojo, and you will see by my next, I think 3 Gojo drawings. I usually Gojo like 3 times this month. But I really just try to characterize the characters first and then like go in and draw. I'm always so nervous about stuff like that because I don't trust myself to translate the characters well. But looking back, I'm like, wow, like that is pretty good. Like that is damn. That is Jinchi would do that like little pose, like as he's charming the like I forgot what they're called. Are they just guests? Mama would be annoyed like that. And I did like debate if putting Mama in the like girls uniform or the like not regular host club uniform, but I was like, no, do the regular host club uniform. I know it's like obvious that she's a girl here, but like we don't need to think that far like into the drawing. It's really not that serious. But and I even included the like little scene from the actual show where wow, where why did I forget the main character's name? Did I not just say their name? Haru. Okay, I didn't say her name. Wow. when horror brings over the instant coffee, I feel like Zinchi would also have a similar reaction and be like, "It's Nathan. So this is communist coffee." Do you like my impression of Zinchi? But I was struggling with the blending because I don't know why. I guess it's because of the pants. I felt like the shading wasn't working. So I kept going on with harsher colors and going back and forth. The blues were really, really like gorgeous on them. Like now I feel like I don't know, something about these two characters in blue. It's just wows me. But with the blue, like there was a lot of blue greens, those are very similar colors. So in the background, I was like, ooh, the yellows, the orange, the warm tones would look so nice. I put the little anime like sparkle things, and literally, this is them. And now this is the Gojo joint I was talking about. My clinical insanity with Gojo. I've actually drawn Gojo's like I wanted to draw his eyes and make him like pretty and like wow. I've done this before. This is my second attempt at doing this. I use Ibis still, but I used I used the oil paintbrush. Because in real life I love how oil paint actually works. Like I thought I would hate it. But when I actually learned how to use it, I was like, wow, this is everything. But in Ibis, it was kind of annoying. I don't know. It would drag muddy colors, and I hate when colors are muddy. But like, I actually like this. I know he looks kind of bug-eyed, but like, I mean, I feel like perspective, right? You would look bug-eyed if you were that close to the camera, or like, imagine someone comes that close to your face. This is how they would look. I feel like. So I feel like this was a correct depiction of POV Gojo's like in your face staring into your soul. Um really it was just me drawing his eyes, like trying to fix it to make it not look weird. Because I feel like this is easy to mess up. Like I know drawing eyes is the easiest thing, like that's how most artists like get into art. But I was like, no, like these are Gojo's eyes. I need to I need to put my heart and my soul into this. And I did. I love how like painterly um it looks. That was kind of my goal. And it makes me also go back and forth with thinking if I want to make my art painterly when I paint. But I was having a hard time even finding this kind of brush in what they call that app? Procreate. And here I am struggling with his actual eyeballs because again I wanted it to be super detailed, so many layers on layers, which I feel like I should try again. Or not. I don't know. Also there's the Sato Suguru fish. I felt like in my original idea I was going to put the Sato Suguru fishes in his eyes. If I just realized if you don't know Jujutsu Kaisen, you have no idea. That's not this is my head canon. Let me do what I need to do, okay? But in their what they call it, the outro, I think one of the outro, it has like the fish of their opposite color like swimming next to them. And if you observe it close enough, you will notice that you're going to cry because it's actually so sad. um but yeah, if none of that still made sense, then I'm sorry. Honestly, just look at how gorgeous his lashes are looking. Like, um, it was kind of hard, like, being this close up and trying to figure out how to do lashes because Gojo has lashes. Like, like ain't nobody got lashes better than him. And I was like, I'm not about to give him like bad lashes. I can't. And then I think you saw the hair coming in earlier, but now I like put it back in and like because I was before I had used the hair to cover up like certain things, and then his face wasn't showing well. This actually looks so good. And then I think I was done here, but then I was like, should I like put glasses or like a blindfold? because I don't know why. I was like, maybe I can have him lifting his blindfold, like peeking. But then I was like, no. And then I tried the glasses. It was also another no, because I think it's like when you don't plan for something and you just throw it in, it kind of stands out a lot. It's kind of really obvious it stands out. So I end up taking the glasses, I'm pretty sure. So far I have not taken it off. But for the like actual final thing, I wouldn't be keeping the glasses because I don't know, it doesn't really like I didn't like how it looked. I think it wasn't even correct. Because those glasses mess me up. They're meant to be small. Why am I signing the glasses? I thought we weren't keeping the. Oh, okay. Real time voiceovers. But anyways, I finished this drawing and I really liked it actually. Loki a print. This has to be a print. I did this traditionally, like when I was still going to school. And he says, "You crying?" Which is my favorite thing ever. But um I wanted to do it digitally, and I had to figure out how his fingers would actually work, which makes me cry. Anytime you see my art, just don't look at the fingers, or I will show up in your house and beat you up because I know how to draw fingers, and you can't be looking at them. Okay, I've literally tried. Um, I think this might be. Oh no, it's not. I thought this was the last thing I do in Ibis Paint, but it's not. I wanted a really blue drawing, like the whole thing being blue being the main thing. So I know he doesn't wear blue, but you know where our blue is. That made no sense. I just really wanted to say where our blue is, but I didn't. I didn't know how to make it sound like cool. I please just pretend that was really funny, okay? Okay, thank you. I give you time to laugh. But anyways, really, I don't even know like how much to say about this. Like I literally just drew him. I literally just took a sketch I did of him, went over it, fixed it, colored it in. I do really like the like ghosty kind of coloring. Again, sometimes I think that's the way I want to color my art, and then I'm like, no, I want to color painterly. So I just always go back and forth with this internal struggle of like not knowing how I want to color, and it's actually painful. But again, I feel like it looks like I drew it anyways. But this is basically done. Um yeah. And then the next one is back to the graded series. This is my OC Garbro, named after the rock Garbro. Um he's so Big Brother core. He's really just a himbo. Again, I love the archetypes. Himbo. What's your favorite historical archetype? Mine is himbo. Um it's him taking care, like just playing with his little siblings. He his thing is more like he's trying to look out for everyone in a way. Like when he was younger, he was like abandoned by his family and his like community took him in. So he was raised by his community technically. So like these aren't his biological sisters. They're more so like just these two girls who are best friends who really like hanging out with him because he's like the most fun big brother ever. And he's more like punk, like but like nice punk, you know, like proper punk, like punk with home training. If that makes sense. Is anything I'm saying making sense? Have I made sense this whole almost 30 minutes? Who knows? um, but yeah, he's very like, I love my girlfriend, I love my family, which I know is can be boring, which is like damn. But that's when his like silliness comes in because he's really just trying to like help, even though he's like silly about it. Like he takes not that he takes things too seriously, but he really does. Like if you're like his friend and he start like you're sad, but like damn, like I really want ice cream, but like I miss the ice cream truck. He's the kind of person to run to the nearest store and buy you like a whole tube of ice cream and like or two actually. And like come to your house in the middle of the night to give you, and you're like, damn, I said that yesterday. And he's like, I know, but like, you know, do you know? But honestly, coloring this was kind of a lot because I don't know how to color yet. Like conveniently rather. I know like some people do it like in the like each color is a layer or like all on one layer or like I was enjoying the bucket fill layer on what do they call it? Ibis paint. Procreate doesn't really have it. Like in Ibis, or at least I haven't figured it out. In Ibis, you can like uh put on a layer. No, what am I saying? You can like color the layer under. Wow. Wait, hold on. You can use a blank layer and use the sketch layer as a reference to fill in that layer. But on Procreate, I don't know how to do that. So if I have a blank layer and I have my line art layer, it won't fill on the blank layer, I'll just fill the whole layer. But oh my god. Does anyone know what I'm saying? I'm just rambling. Oh wow, sorry. That's my bad. But back to the drawing. I also have a hard time kind of coloring him because he's green and it's like a dark green, so it's like kind of hard to like color how light will interact with that. Um, the way I think of it, kind of like how hard it is to like color like dark skin because it's like really reflective of color. Um, if you don't know what you're doing, it's hard, and I didn't really know what I was doing, so it was hard. Um, but it was fun. I did do some like see I'm like putting lighter colors of green, but I'm like, oh that looks weird. I don't know, going back and forth, fighting every battle known to man with this. But I liked it. I I did shade, yeah, I did shade normally. Like what I do when I shade is I pick the layer of the color I want, like let's say pink, and then I go into the color wheel and I move to like purple, and then I move to like a darker shade. Does that make sense? I'm so sorry. I guess I mean are you really here to learn how to draw? Or are you just here to see me like do this? Which now that I'm thinking about this, maybe this is like not a good idea. Like it's just an hour of me yapping. Is that okay? Anyways, I'm done. Okay, we're back again for the second half because I had to take a break in between these because I was tired of recording. But again, we're drawing Garber again. He's like such a fun character to draw and try to draw again because I'm still struggling with rendering his skin. But I remember drawing this one morning when I just woke up and I was like, I really want to just draw him sleeping because I'm tired. And I want to sleep, and if I can't sleep then I guess my characters get to sleep. But it's literally just me drawing like a portrait thing, trying to figure out how the colors work and all that. And I don't know, something about this green and like this bright magenta color. I was just like, this is really fun to like play with. And then after I finished doing it, I don't know why I felt compelled to put stickers on him. I love how people draw stickers with like the white lines around, and I don't know, I'm looking obsessed with this. So I had to hit him with the stickers white line. And then last minute I was like, I should throw in his little siblings. Like they're the artists behind this like artwork that they've done to him. Like I hope to draw more like cute like sibling interaction moments, but honestly this is just this. And then this is Lotu again. I told you he really gets spoiled by me. What they call it? This was for my anatomy class while we were in school. We had to do a creature creation thing where we just draw like a human plus another creature and we do anatomy, which I'm horrible. But we do the anatomy of the human and creature, and then we had to do a skeleton overlay and a muscle overlay. I didn't do good in that. I actually actually am not like my anatomy class. I don't really do well. Oh, I also, because I was nervous, I had to put like the head thing to make sure everything was in proportion, and then just like go based off that. But I don't know. My teacher would come like have grade us based off like how good we are anatomy instead of in comparison to how we were in the past. Like I feel like I needed to show him my old anatomy because like I don't know. I feel like I put in some good work, but I guess I can see like the parts that are like not very well done. But I still like this drawing because I did it like I tried to make it look like it was like drawn with charcoal. Because why would I use the actual medium when I can just do it digitally? Like but yeah, I messed around with the flipper clip pencil like brush. It was so much fun, and look how satisfying that is. Ooh. But the shading I really enjoyed. I normally don't even draw like this or in black and white. So this was like just a new fun thing, and I really enjoyed it. Like I see him hanging this up in his coat room. Like, look at that. I put in so much work for this man. But here's the Procreate switch. And okay, you're probably like, what delusionalness is she doing right now? I just know I'm delusional, really. Okay, going into this, I'm delusional. But this is Procreate now. I was figuring out how to use it. So I decided to be, and I was having art burnout. So, because this is like April, like the start of April, and I had my graduation show coming up, which is so stressful, and I was just burnt out from art. So I was like, what better way to motivate yourself from art blow than to draw your delusional husbands? So join D-Look and Tartaglia, and this was like a lot, this whole thing, because I didn't know how to use Procreate well. So I was fighting with like just a lot, like the selection tool. I didn't know how to use it well. My classes, my friend Diana has tried to show me because I didn't know how to use the freaking tools. like, like literally, I was working on this in school, and they just see me like individually coloring each thing, and they're like, "No, girl, there's a better way." I'm glad. But yeah, this is one of my not as like, well, it does turn out well, but I do see like the parts of my anatomy that I got wrong, and like just like look at what I'm doing. I like go around everything and then I individually fill it in because the bucket tool wasn't working. And then I go over and I use like separate layers for each like color, which I normally do so the colors don't like mix together so much. But there were just so many like parts that it was kind of tiring. I need like to discover a better, more like easier way of coloring. And I didn't know how to use that layer thing, the selection, and Tartaglia's skin was so yellow. I was like, no, like I guess I was going for a little bit of tan, but like that wasn't it. So I was actually sad that I couldn't like figure it out. Like, oh my gosh. So he is orange for like a while to like figure it out, which is at some point. Here I'm like changing colors. Oh wow. I tried going over, like, again, I didn't like the colors where we were. I don't even know, I feel like I ended up changing the color of my, like, skin, because it was, like, a lot. And again, I would always use the airbrush tool for, like, rosy cheeks or stuff like that to add color. But the airbrush tool on Procreate was kind of weird, so that was also working in my favor. Really, I was struggling. I did figure out how to make it work now. I just messed with the particles of the brush and edited it. But and I also put this add layer over Tartaglia to make him like not look as yellow, but I think it made it worse. He looks like those frogs, the poisonous frogs. Which I should take note of that I do have a character for Trust Your Instincts who's a poisonous frog, so. But oh my god. Like, wow. There we go. I after making him neon, I just went over his layer and just like redid it, recolored him. Like I came back another day. This artwork took me spans of days, really. This was like the longest I spent on an artwork because again, I've never drawn three people like together, like in the same thing pose, which is why I feel like my anatomy was off. Again, to my art teacher, I am trying. I'm just bad at it. But I am like trying. But I do see certain points that I'm like, oh, that's not correct. But like, I like the artwork and I did try. So, and then I'm doing that thing with the textures that I love. I'm doing it for the fur of the coats. The character is meant to be wearing Tartaglia's coat. I didn't do it the most justice. I really hate drawing Genshin characters' clothes. All the times I draw D-Look, I hate drawing his clothes. But what I do like is I like adding textures and stuff. And this was before I even got the brush kit by the texture brush kit by Regalia. But I would use like just like regular like brush textures, which is fun. But I also like how it looks like jeans more with the actual brush kit, which I don't even know if you get to see me use. But look at that background, pow pow. And then I put snow to make it look like it was falling because when I drew it, it was cold. And this is from Trust Your Instincts. Remember the the monsters I was mentioning earlier? They kind of roam the earth, and these are what become of people who are like overexposed to the meteorite, which is Terra Blue. So like there's people like Lotu who are like mild, like that's how the regular dosage of exposure is. But there are like people who are like overexposed and they became this, which is kind of like this vine monster. I guess it's not the most creative of designs, but I really like, I don't know if you saw that whole like line out moment. That was so satisfying. But I don't know, I really like it anyways. I know it's not like that like out there in monster designs, but I don't really, that's not my strong suit anyways, so I might as well do something I like. And look at me trying to handwrite text with this Procreate, but I figured it out at some point. Oh my god, it's Gojo! You haven't seen any Gojo drawings so far, I think. Oh wait, you have. You're so stupid. I'm so silly. Yes, drawing Gojo now. I was doing a 6 art challenge, and I decided to like, I've never properly drawn him. You know, I've drawn little doodles and stuff. I never like said, let me. I mean, I don't know. Does that even make sense? I feel like I stopped making sense occasionally. But I struggled because I kept being like, this isn't him. This isn't him. By now I think I was done with school, or like I was done with classes at least. But I was trying to relearn how to draw art because like art school kind of killed my passion and my like ability to draw, like low-key. So I was getting back into it and I was like trying to push myself with like color palettes. I don't know if I regret taking out that blue background. Like it does look nice, but I don't know. I use a pink later and I think it's like a lot better. Look at the brushes. You see that? It's so subtle, but it's so nice to me at least. And then I really just drew him like how I normally would. And then the pink background, and then I mess with overlay layers for so long. Oh, sorry. What are they called? The blending modes. And then I did him. And oh my god, you're going to see like I had to use boxes because I was like starting to be insecure about my anatomy. So I used the Easy Pose app. I got a reference, I boxed over it, and then I just was like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. But I'm drawing Xavier for my favorite hyperfixation game, Love and These Ways. I again, I am delusional at the end of the day, but this is fun. I was trying to push my line art, which you'll see later. Like you get to see my whole process of line art and how I've come. But I was like really trying to like figure out how to color efficiently again. Like this is really something haunting me. I need to figure it out at some point. But like I don't know, this is just it's really just a drawing like of Xavier from Love and Deep. Now me running out of what to say and just staring at my own drawing mesmerized. But look at that ad layer, guys. Blending modes and layers. Don't sleep on them. And now I'm drawing my OC Stefania from Trust Your Instincts again. She's a very sassy girl, and this pose took me out because oh my god, why was it so hard? It was so hard to do this perspective. I literally asked someone else, I'm like, yo, does this look correct? And they're like, how is it the angle of that even? And I'm like, I don't know. So I gave up. I just pulled the pose and I just did the box method over it to try to figure out like where was where. I know my boxes are bad. Like I'm figuring it out. But after I was able to figure out the boxiness, I like started drawing my character. Like she's a fox. Like I feel like it's stereotypical. She has the stereotypical fox personality. Like she's sly, she's silly, she's like oh, what just happened? Okay. Anyways, I didn't like the composition on the page, so I added another drawing of her. And then from there I went on a whole venture of making like a little comic kind of her being like, oh dang, I broke my nails, and then playing like with that, and like she's doing a middle finger, but she's like, look at my nails. I also struggled with how to color this because now this was 3 different drawings from the portraits I've been doing. So the regular method of like having each thing on each layer was kind of getting inefficient. So I start coloring the whole thing. I start blending, but then I didn't like it because what I did is I colored on the same layer that I duplicated the line art layer and then I filled it in. So then I started painting on the line art layer, but the brush would smudge the black. So I was like, no, I hate this. So I just took it out, I restarted, and I did it like each color in a separate like layer. And then I like started my normal painting. I feel like there's better ways to color, but I don't know it. I don't know the better ways to color. So till I figure that out, you'll be watching me struggle. Maybe you know a better way and you're just like, girl. But I didn't know it. But anyways, I like the color of this happening. Um like I'm still figuring out how to use the brushes because these again are brushes by Vigalia. I'm obsessed. But I was trying to figure out how to make it because I like the textureness of like hair and stuff. But it's fine. And it's D-Look again. Again. This was for his birthday because I was like, oh my god, like I like being so. I go on my story and I was like, guys, not to alarm anyone, but it's almost D-Look's birthday. But I just wanted to draw him with the cake. This is one of these drawings I wanted to play around with the like glowiness. Like there's a candle, it's glowing in his face. You see me start this whole background thing, and then I was like, no, I'm not drawing the background because I didn't plan for it. And I'm like, I've been struggling with my layer. No, actually, I won't talk about that yet because I do have like time to talk about it. But like, I don't know, he's just so precious in this drawing. Like, I love how he looks and I love him. I love him so much. I always go for these light red, like a almost magenta in his hair. Because I don't know, the harsh red is always like, I don't I don't really like that harsh red. So I go for like a softer looking red. And it kind of helps because then he looks so soft in this drawing. Um uh, let me go silent. Hold on, I need to drink water. But I kept going back. I did use the harsh red at the back of his hair because I was like, oh, I don't know. And then the cake. The annoying thing is, you see how the candle kind of clips through. I don't know what that's about. But then I did the overlay layer and everything. And oh my god, he's so cute. This drawing, I don't know how I feel about this because I colored a different way. Normally I use just like a flat brush tool and then I blend, but I use the watercolor brush, and so it has this like I don't know how to explain, like residue question mark. And when I used it on her face, it kind of left that weird like tint. I don't know. In my opinion, it left a weird tint, and I was just like I don't know. Do you see how? Because the angle is meant to be like a top angle, kind of, but again, clearly we've established I don't know how perspective and all that perspective and anatomy works. I'm learning as I go. And her lips gave me such a hard time. So really I was going through it for this entire drawing. And I guess I just had to accept it. I really want to redo it, but I feel like I don't have time. Like this was more of a like request kind of thing. Like I was like, tell me what characters to draw fan art of. So it's okay. Here I'm drawing Morticia Adams and Barbie hanging out. Because my friend and I are low-key Barbie and Morticia Adams, like our aesthetics when we hang out. That's who we aspire to be, you know. So I was like, oh my god, you just gave me the idea to draw us, like, to draw Morticia Adams and Barbie hanging out. And that's really what I did. And this was a line art study because I was trying to like, I saw a really gorgeous line art of D-Look, obviously, and I was like, I need to know how to line art like this because it's so gorgeous. And so I kind of did a study of that. It's the line art method is really thick on some places, like very like hatching. You know, I just have never really like I wanted to have thick lines, but I never like go for it. At least not like to this extent. And I feel like I'm not that good at shading. Like I'm okay. I've seen like wow shading, you know. My shading is good. It's just I feel like if you're not good at one thing in art, I guess to compensate for that, for lack of a better word, is to like really go further with the thing you are good at. So if you're really good at like people always say I'm really good at coloring, so I try to like pay more attention to my coloring at least. You know, maybe the beautiful colors will hide my inability to draw hands. But I really like this. It makes me feel reminiscence. I don't know the word. You know what I'm trying to say. Of comics. So I kind of like that. And I debate if to keep it black or what I do normally to my liner is I make it the darkest color of the theme of the drawing, if that makes sense. But like this is so fun. And to take it like further, I decided to draw D-Look, obviously. I have to draw a liner of him and see how I liked it for an actual drawing method, especially the thing where the eyelashes are kind of like lined, like there's like space in between them that you can put color in. I was like, I really feel like this would look nice, so I tried it and I do like it a lot. I feel like I could do commissions of just line art if I were to line like this, because it's like the line art still has like really good quality just on its own, and the color isn't the only thing carrying it, if that makes sense. But honestly, the D-Look drawing is just the same as I see normally. And honestly, with that, I feel like I can end the video. Thank you for watching my sketchbook tour. I don't know why I forgot. It's not a sketchbook, it's more like a all the works I've done tour. This is like an hour long, so I'm really hoping you watch this over the span of days. If you sat here this whole time and like did your own thing, I hope that this was productive. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Bye.